Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we did my review of season 2, which you guys won't be seeing that video for quite a while because I'm recording this video super early too. Now we're going to talk about season 3, and there will be spoilers for the end of season 2 and the end of season 3 and all of season 3. I really did not enjoy season 3 as much as season 2. I think the biggest problem with this season is after this point, I felt like the show started to really feel like it was stretching itself. Like, all right, we're just kind of doing some weird and wacky stories that just aren't good and should not exist. That doesn't mean nothing up into the nothing. That doesn't mean there wasn't anything I really hated up until this point. But like the end of the season, they go into space. That's how the season ends. The Triceratons invade Earth, and then they go into space, and that's cool. I like this actual season finale. Like the last few episodes of the season with the Triceratons and all that is great, especially when you see Master Splinter die and all that stuff. That's great. I love all that character drama and emotional stakes, especially what that leads into the next season. But it also felt like going into space, like we're really stretching this concept, you know. And I know there was stuff with aliens and other stuff, and other Ninja Turtle show. The '80s show had it. The comic books have had it. I know it just feels a little bit stretchy to me, and that just bothers me. But I still really liked the next season. We're going to review all the seasons. I like all the seasons of the show. Don't get me wrong. This one, I think maybe my least favorite off of memory. But then again, I haven't fully watched season 4 all the way through, and I've seen bits and pieces of season 5. But where I get really annoyed with this season is the beginning of the season. So the beginning of this season is the farmhouse after the events of season 2. New York was invaded. They have to leave and vacate the city, right? So they're at this farmhouse. And that leads to a really great first introductory episode where Leo is healing. We get a kind of like, understanding where our team is at, and then, sets up the rest of the season. My problem with that is the episodes of that half of the season are just some of the worst episodes of this show, and maybe any Ninja Turtles thing I've ever seen in my life. This storyline about Donatello uh, saving a Bigfoot, and then that Bigfoot falling in love with him is just like, really? Why are we doing this? The villain of that episode is some weird guy talking to a shrunken head. It's just like, what is this? The kind of Christine parody episode. I'm like, all right, this is a little ridiculous. Just it's really terrible like episodes. That why would anybody want to watch this? There's the worst episode of the whole series. Is the episode where we meet Napoleon, who is a frog voiced by Napoleon Dynamite, right? Just awful. And he's basically the Jar Jar Binks of this universe, literally, because he works with an army of people, and he screws up, accidentally saves people, and then they award him general, even though he's a lunatic loser, like, who screws up all the time. He was also banished from his own kind, just like Jar Jar. It's so stupid. I don't know why they did any of that. It's just really bad. I hated that. So that was awful. And then like when they get back to New York, it definitely gets better. There's definitely some good storylines that happen there. Not as good as the last season, but still some good ones. But what happens from there is you get you get Master Shredder hunting down Cry, and I liked a lot of those emotional stakes. We meet Bebop and Rocksteady, but then you still get bad episodes like Mondo Gecko. Oh my god, what an annoying character! And I know he was in previous Ninja Turtle stuff before, but he was really bad. And I don't know. I just think that that's kind of the thing about this show is like, there's good storylines here, storylines that probably needed to happen, but they're still stretching it a little bit after this season. And even within this season, it just felt like, all right, we're going a little past the point of believability. I still really enjoyed this show though, and I think it's great. I think this season's still pretty solid. I just think that this has some of the worst episodes of the series this season, and that makes it my least favorite show. or not least favorite show, least favorite season of the show overall. But yeah, you guys can let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.